حياك الله، مساك الله بالخير.
دكتورة سلوى.
تفضلي دكتورة هنادي.
يا هلا فيكم، يا هلا الأستاذ محمد. We have one track in our conference focusing in virtual surfaces, tradition and virtual surfaces. And the virtual surfaces, this is the distant learning, or this is we can working online or from remotely access, we call it. Then we have track 3, track 4, about the tradition and virtual surfaces, just to alert your attention. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. حياك الله, Mr. Mohammad Altura. He is the chief of Sector Communication Information Technology Regulatory Authority in the state of Kuwait. الميكروفون معك. You have the microphone now. Welcome, Mr. Mohammad. Please, 15 minutes.
I hope everybody sees my screen.
Yes.
Okay, great. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mohammad Altura. I'm the Chief IT Sector working for CITRA. CITRA is a body that regulates all the telecom and the IT in Kuwait. It's a government agency, and it's established in 2016. So I was just basically want to, repeat some of, or reflect some of what Alia has said about the digital transformation. First of all, I mean, as CITRA, we are the regulator, so we always have to put a strategies and regulation for ICT in Kuwait. And now recently we are moving the country into a digital transformation strategy that's going to be effective next year. So I just want to define what is digital transformation. And after I define that, I will definitely explain how this can create a very solid entrepreneur ecosystem in the country. Digital transformation is a culture and organization and operation change. That change happens to any industry, to any ecosystem that has a smart integration with digital technologies and processes, with, of course, competencies. And it always happens in a stage way. So any organization that uses technology has developed some human capabilities, and of course, infrastructure easy to access the internet these days. That would be a potential for digital transformation. And the benefits from that will reflect on saving costs and increasing productivity and better service to citizens or businesses or customers, definitely to the economy. Now, our role is definitely boils down into 3 areas that we have to regulate the technology to make people's life easier in Kuwait, like smart government services, smart healthcare, and smart education. Develop the economy. These days, like it's a magic how technology can improve your economy and improve the indexes and reduce the risk of your economy. Every country has a different, of course, economic risks, and technology plays a huge role to reduce and mitigate those risks. And of course, developing the economy with digital transformation will lead into a bigger investment, foreign direct investments in Kuwait, and it will cluster the ICT industry. And what I mean by cluster, it means like in that industry, you will see a huge base of entrepreneurs and a huge base of small businesses with the large business of the industry. And that makes it very healthy and almost a complete supply chain. And we're going to talk about this. And of course, supports innovation. Now with all the digital transformation with smart devices, we are always seeing companies transforming to digital. And some of the jobs will disappear forever because of that. But there will be a lot of new jobs will be created on the other side. That's something that we cannot stop. and we have to move forward for it. In order for us to do that, we have to ensure that the digital transformation will benefit the economy of the country. So the first step to decide how can we determine what type of entrepreneur business we should focus on in the country. So we go to World Economic Forum GCI report, the Global Competitive Index report, and we see the pillars of Kuwait, as you can see on the screen, and we see what are the areas that needs to be developed, what are the areas that we can capitalize on that's already advanced. Therefore, it's an ongoing game, it's a journey, it's a race that you always have to, be in a top performance every year. Some countries progress faster than others, depends on the situation. But in the best approach to make sure that your entrepreneur business will add a huge benefit to the economy is to determine how can this type of business will benefit your indexes so that it can really create a solid ecosystem. In Kuwait, we discovered, of course, when we go to the innovation pillar, for example, we'll find that ICT is a huge potential to improve that pillar. Under each pillar, of course, there are many indexes. Total of indexes in this report is 114, distributed around all the pillars. But I'm just giving you an example. And of course, we have to determine what are the risks for Kuwait economy. Every country has different risks, but there is a big table that you can choose what are the applicable risks to your country. And therefore, you have to plan to mitigate those risks. So in our, and most of them in Kuwait, they are common risks, which means there is a global approach to solve them, helping Kuwait to solve it much faster, learning from others. If you think about the technological, which is our area, cyber attacks is a huge risk to the economy, data fraud and theft as well, information infrastructure breakdown. So if your networks break down, that will really hurt the economy. And of course, the adverse technological advances, we as a regulator, we must make sure that we always regulate the latest innovation, because this is where it creates new jobs and new businesses and a new entrepreneurship. So if you think about societal, water, electricity crisis is common risk for almost every country, food crisis as well, but now we have the infectious disease, as we see with COVID-19, it's affecting the economy as well. So after we thought about, okay, digital transformation, what type of businesses we gonna create for those entrepreneurs? So we found that there is a huge new trends of businesses that never existed before that's related to the digital transformation journey. And nowadays, you cannot develop any economy in any country in the world without having three things: digital transformation strategy for the country, a large base for entrepreneurs, not necessarily only ICT, but you can find other light industries such as the energy, for example, light spare parts, what have you, for the that's high consumable parts can be managed by entrepreneur base. So that's very important to develop economy. You have to have a large and growing entrepreneur base in your economy. Third one is to have, in case of Kuwait, FDI investment. FDI will help definitely to grow the economy, and I will show you why. So if you look about the new trends in the digital transformation, you'll have AI, artificial intelligence, which is becoming big now with machine learning, blockchain, cybersecurity area. It has a lot of entrepreneur potential, depends on the specialty, because cybersecurity has many specialties: penetration testing, incident response, risk mitigation, and others. Internet of Things as well, big data management, that's entrepreneur can do. Mobile apps. Now with entrepreneurs for the cloud computing, they don't have to set up labs and a huge investment. They just subscribe to a space in the cloud and create their own environment in a very cheap way. All they need is to have internet connection. And you will see most of the entrepreneurs with the new trends, they are utilizing technology to the max because they're small. They have to control their OPEX and CAPEX, and they have to be healthy and grow faster than others. And of course, using technology is important because they will not be able to have a huge manpower to cover the traditional business that we are used to. So now we define the opportunities. We go to the entrepreneur ecosystem. What is the FDI? How they can benefit your entrepreneur in the ICT? They, of course, ongoing skill transfer process. So when any company, big companies like Amazon or Microsoft in your country, you'll find them, they consistently doing skill transfer to entrepreneurs and their partners and their customers. And that will speed up the process to build a strong ecosystem in the country. Also, they help entrepreneurs to do business plans, and to define a healthy business plan so they can grow healthy and they can succeed as well. This is very important to think about also the business side, not only the technological side. Also, they will help in making those entrepreneurs to become official partner with certification. So the customer of those entrepreneurs will have the trust in them. And of course, they will study every innovation the entrepreneur does before they put the effort, so they can help them to determine whether this innovation will be adopted in the global scale or not going to be adopted. And if not, what can they do to make it adopted? So because they are global companies, they're experienced, so they will help their partners, entrepreneurs, to benefit, to have the correct innovation, because many innovations actually they don't get adopted, so it's not it's an effort that's not successful, and we want to minimize that among our entrepreneurs. Last but not least, they will promote, if the FDI will promote the innovation worldwide, if it's successful for their entrepreneurs, because the entrepreneurs are using their technology. So it's a win-win situation. And that goes the same thing with other industries as well. We just have to be careful when we create an entrepreneur ecosystem. We have to look at the new things that your ecosystem of the economy is missing. Don't do redundancies, not cafes, not restaurants. Your market already have it. Try to think about a new business to make sure the entrepreneurs will have a successful business and healthy to grow. And this way, we have to choose businesses that doesn't exist in our country, or businesses that our country is importing and it's costing us so much. And it's like the light industry. Light industry, Kuwait needs it because they are oil producer. So if they can manage to create an ecosystem for entrepreneur in the oil light industry, because it's always on demand. Jumping to the now government role, how the government can help.
1 minute left, Mr. Mohammad.
Almost done. How the government can help into developing a solid entrepreneur ecosystem is they have to sponsor that program. And I'm not saying that only from a financial perspective. I'm saying that from a national perspective. Always encourage entrepreneurs, always think about developing the skills. The government has to promote the entrepreneur segment among all its agencies. And actually, some governments are doing a budget ring fence from 10 to 15% for every government agency to spend on entrepreneurs only. And that's very healthy business. So you get a healthy business, ongoing income for the entrepreneurs. And also the government creates a new procurement process for them. So they compete only with each other. They don't have the other large business so we need to make sure they have a healthy way of practicing business with the government so they can grow. And this is what the economy needs, to grow that base. And last but not least, you see some countries, or not last, you see some countries, they do sponsorship through the central bank to facilitate a very healthy easy loans programs through the banking system to support them, like with less interest, things like that, breaks, other than the commercial loans that you know, which is very good. Last but not least, now,
So much.
the government must promote all successful innovation worldwide. And thank you very much. That's all I have to say. And I'm sorry that I took 1 minute from your time.
No. Thank you so much. You are, but just I want to be sure we are on time. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammad Altura. Let's move to our second speaker, Mr. Mohammad Ubaidat is available. Sayyid